And happy Friday. My name's Teresa. This is Beginner Vinyasa. So before we get started, just go ahead and make sure that you have everything that you need to begin. Just some comfy clothes. If you have any blocks or props that you'd like to use, have them within reach. You don't need any props for this class, but it might be nice if you do have them. Maybe you want to have some soft music on in the background. As long as you can hear me, you can have your music on. And just take this time to welcome in your surroundings to your practice. Your yoga practice is a little different at home. In the studio, you're sort of in this environment that was created for peace. And that might not be true at home. You could have kids running around, you could have pets running around. You guys will probably hear my cats playing with each other throughout class. And so welcome those into your practice. In a way, practicing at home gives us more of an opportunity to take our yoga off the mat, so they say. So all the noises, all the distractions that are coming at you in real life gives you the opportunity to practice these skills in real life, in real time. So starting to find peace and quiet within yourself, whether or not there's peace and quiet around you. The whole time getting ready, they were quiet, but now they decide to fight. So find your comfortable seat. Either let the eyes close or just soften the gaze somewhere on the floor in front of you. And really begin to settle in. I like to kind of rock a little bit side to side. I think that helps me feel more rooted. But any other movements that maybe help you feel comfortable while sitting, maybe rolling out the neck, rolling out the shoulders. So today we're going to be talking about one of the big concepts in yoga that is not yoga asana, so it's not the posture, right? It's called ahimsa. And ahimsa can be translated to nonviolence or non-harming. And ahimsa itself is really interesting because the more you look into it, the deeper it goes. So nonviolence, you think like literally not being violent towards others, not physically being aggressive with people, but it also means choosing your words with kindness, because words can be violent too. Words can do harm. And then you look a little bit deeper into ahimsa, and non-harming, non-violence can sometimes be faced inward. So not hurting yourself physically or with your words or with your thoughts. And then even deeper than that, you are not outwardly hurting other people with your words, thoughts, or actions. You are not outwardly hurting yourself with your words, thoughts, or actions. But another layer of ahimsa is to seek out ways to prevent this harm from happening or this violence from happening. So it's actually doing good deeds. It's donating to charity. It's going out of your way to produce that compassion that counterbalances the harm and violence that might be happening around. So it's a big idea, this ahimsa, nonviolence. So as you're breathing, as you're settling into your seat and into your practice on your mat, maybe consider just for another minute or so what this ahimsa, nonviolence, would mean to you. And of course, this meaning can change all the time. And starting to deepen the breath in and out through the nose. Allowing every breath to be an action of ahimsa. Bringing some compassion to your organs, through the blood. And the very act of being here can be ahimsa, working towards growing your compassion for yourself, for each other, for the world, for the noises and distractions that are happening around you. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to dedicate this practice to or set an intention towards, maybe there's a thing or someone you could generate a little more ahimsa for. Take the next couple of breaths to settle in on this. And then bringing both hands to heart center, seal the fingers close together. As the thumbs press into the heart space, let the heart lift into the thumbs. And we'll seal these intentions and dedications with one really deep sighing breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And bow the chin to the chest. So as you start to blink open the eyes, taking in your mat, taking in your room, go ahead and clasp your fingers together and just roll out the wrists. So start making sort of circles or figure eights with your wrists and your hands, and then go the other way. A lot of the times when we consider ourselves beginners in our Vinyasa yoga, our wrists are one of the parts of our body that feel the practice the most. We're in down dog a lot, we're in plank, we're in tabletop position, things like that. So making sure that the wrists are nice and warm before we start. And then taking your clasped hands and turning them so that the palms are away from you, we're gonna go through a few rounds of seated cat and cow. So as you inhale, we'll find seated cow. The arms lift and lift the gaze, follow your hands as the chest opens in front and leaning open, like dropping the belly forward. And as you exhale, we'll draw the knuckles back towards the front, chin comes to the chest. As you arch the back, gaze shifts down towards your seat or your feet. Inhale, finding that seated cow, roll the shoulders away from the ears as you lift the gaze. And exhale, seated cat, chin to the chest, really pressing those shoulder blades apart. Go through two more, so use the whole breath as you inhale, lift, lengthen, open the front body. And exhale, press, arch, open the back. One more time each. Good. And as you find center, go ahead and make your way into downward facing dog. So another thing that happens a lot in downward facing dog, when we come straight into it, meaning we're not coming from another posture, we're just going right into down dog, is we tend to make our dog really, really short because we want our heels to touch the ground, right? A good rule of thumb for down dog length is you can roll forward to plank, shoulders directly over the wrists, and then without moving your hands or feet, you start to lift the hips, lengthen through the spine, straighten the arms, and that's your length of your down dog. So pedal out your feet, bend the knees, do whatever movements feel good, maybe a little side to side. You can do a few more of those plank to down dogs, sort of warming up through the spine and through the arms and shoulders. And then starting to find a little bit of stillness. Good, one more breath of stillness. As you inhale, look between the hands, tippy-toe your way towards the top of the mat and find a ragdoll pose. So the feet are hips width distance apart. Bend generously through the knees. Grab opposite elbows. Let your chest touch the upper legs. Let the elbows be heavy. the head and neck relaxed. So working on opening up the upper back and shoulders as opposed to the hamstrings. Maybe rock a little side to side, shake no and nod yes. Good. And then as you find stillness, release the grip of the arms, and on the longest inhale of your whole day so far, roll yourself up to stand one vertebrae at a time. And the head and neck come up last. Good. Bring both hands to heart center. Zip those legs together, and we'll start with some sun breath. So as you inhale, the arms sweep all the way up to the ceiling, lengthening through both sides of the ribs. And then as you exhale, fold forward over the legs. You can bend through the knees if it feels right. Inhale, lift halfway. Roll those shoulders away from the ears to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky, really active through the fingers, lifting up and out of the hips. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, crown reaches forward, and the hips reach back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. So keeping the breath long and even, keeping the full length of the movement as the full length of the breath. So use your whole breath as you inhale, the arms reach. Maybe at the very top of the inhale, you can't take any more air, the palms touch. As you exhale, fold forward. The very bottom of the exhale, you can't exhale anymore. Hands maybe reach the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Really reach that crown forward, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank pose. Excuse me, Mika. Good. So in plank pose, keep the fingers really, really, really wide, pressing through the hands so that the shoulder blades are spread up towards the ceiling. Take one inhale, and exhale. The first vinyasa will be knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide through, baby cobra. And exhale, find downward facing dog. So you can always choose to do that kind of vinyasa. Even if you have chaturanga in your practice, doesn't mean you have to do it that way every time. From here, just to warm up the body a little bit more, we'll inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, the right knee comes to the right elbow, and you rock forward in a plank pose. So shoulders come over the wrists, the right elbow, the right knee touches the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. We're gonna do one more. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step 1 foot at a time to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Again, maybe the palms touch at the top of that inhale. And exhale, fold straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Good, so in plank pose, not only are you pressing the mat away with your hands, spreading the shoulder blades, you're also squeezing the legs. So really pressing the heels towards the back of your mat and squeezing all the way through the glutes, through the core, keeping the hips in line with the shoulders. Take one more inhale, and then we'll lower knees, chest, and chin. Nice and slow and controlled, building that strength for chaturanga someday. Inhale, slide through, baby cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So now we'll do the other side of those elbow to knee or knee to elbow. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, rocking forward, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, last one, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step one foot at a time to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Maybe the palms touch. Maybe you have a little back bend as you lift the gaze. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Close the eyes. Feel any changes in the body. Acknowledge your heart rate. Acknowledge your breath. Now keeping those legs nice and close together, big toes are touching. You can stay at the top of your mat. I'm just moving to the middle so you can see me. We'll clasp our hands together. All but the index fingers are clasped. So we're finding Kali Mudra. As you inhale, let those arms sweep up overhead. Glue those biceps to the ears as you lift and lengthen. And exhale, leaning over to the right, steeple pose. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Every inhale, imagine reaching through the index fingers. And every exhale, pressing the hips a little bit more to the left. Keeping the left shoulder stacked over the right. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Inhale back to center. And we'll switch sides. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach and lengthen with the fingers. Exhale, hips over to the right. Keep the right shoulder over the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step only the left foot back. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe, and start to rock the hips forward. So keeping that right heel grounded, you can be up on fingertips or up on blocks if you have them. Starting to rock the hips forward, and that helps release a little bit of the pressure on the back knee. So I'm using my back foot and shin in addition to the knee to support this back leg here. And my weight's equally distributed between both legs. From here, the hands can come up onto the right knee. Again, sort of encouraging the hips to go forward, working into both the right hip and the left hip flexor in the front. Good. We're gonna be here for a few more breaths. I'd like to give you the option to bring both hands over the heart. And you can keep the gaze either soft and neutral, or you can close the eyes. We'll be here for 3 more breaths, imagining sending out all this ahimsa energy, this non-violence, non-harm, out into the world. So all of the people who could use a little more compassion, who are going through hard times, sending them a little bit of extra love. 1 more breath. Blinking open the eyes if they were closed. Deep breath in. Exhale, both hands frame the front foot, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and the right foot steps back. We're in that plank pose. So every vinyasa is optional. I'm going to probably take every vinyasa. If it doesn't suit your practice, you can come right to downward facing dog instead. So inhale, plank. And exhale, vinyasa your way, either knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, the left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Stack the hips, bend the knee, and flex through the foot. Make big circles with the knee. Maybe roll out the left ankle. Keep drawing that right heel down towards the floor, keeping the leg long. 1 more inhale. Then exhale, step that left foot all the way forward between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe, draw the hips forward. Again, you can be up on fingertips, working on releasing a little bit of the pressure off of the back knee by pressing into the back foot and rolling forward off of the kneecap. From here, hands come up onto the left knee, encouraging those hips drawing forward, and just noticing wherever you feel this posture. This self-awareness is a huge part of our physical yoga, well, all of our yoga practice, but especially our physical yoga practice, because the only way that we can healthily progress, whether our postures look exactly the same or if they look different, is by becoming aware of how our body is in this moment without any expectations or putting ourselves down. From here, the hands can come over the heart. Again, you can close the eyes, you can keep the eyes open, soften the gaze. And this time, instead of sending all of that love out, we will be sending all that love in. So all that ahimsa, non-harming, non-violence, into ourselves. So all of the bad names we've called ourselves, all of the times that we really beat ourselves up for not living up to our expectations, not living up to someone else's expectations. Replace all of that energy with your ahimsa breaths. Few more. Good, one more. As you inhale, begin to blink open the eyes. Both hands frame that left foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, step your right foot forward. We're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling. Maybe you have a little back bend by lifting the gaze. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Good, so we're gonna build off of that a bit more. So as you inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, just the right foot steps back. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe. Start to draw the hips forward. So we're on, our left foot is forward again on this side. From here, you'll inhale the arms right away to the heart space. So take a deep breath in, sending that love in towards yourself. And then this time as you exhale, we'll shift the hips back, straighten the left leg, and begin to bow forward over the left leg, honoring the way that we can receive this energy. So we're going to be doing this again. Don't worry if it's a little confusing. Your hands can come down to the floor to give yourself a little bit of support. So we are stretching through the left hamstring. The hips are over the right knee. Nice and long through the crown of the head. Imagine your heart reaching towards your toes. One more breath. Good. And then start to walk the hands forward, bend into that left knee, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and step the left foot back, plank pose. Inhaling in plank, and exhale, Vinyasa. Lowering your way. Inhale to the back bend. And then exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Stack the hips, bend the knee, flex through the foot. Make those big circles with your right leg. Roll out the right ankle. Keeping the left leg really long. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, the right foot steps forward between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe right away. Hands come to the heart. So we're lifting the gaze, lifting the chest, opening up the hips. We'll take one deep breath here, sending the love out into the world, the ahimsa out into the world. And as you exhale, we'll shift the hips back, straightening the right leg, and bowing forward, stretching the hamstring, honoring how we can receive the love, the ahimsa energy from the world. So again, you can bring hands to either side to support the body as you fold, or you can keep the hands on the heart for a little bit of a challenge. Good, 2 more breaths. Good. Starting to walk the hands forward, bending into the right knee, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, step the left foot all the way to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling, maybe add that back bend, heart up to the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, adding on once more. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, just the left foot steps back. Right foot is forward. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe. Inhale, hands come to the heart. Sending that loving ahimsa energy out into the world. Exhale, folding forward. So straightening that right leg, running lunge, honoring the way that we can receive this ahimsa energy from the world. And instead of holding here, we're going to bring both hands to either side of the right foot, bending into the right knee. The left hand will root down into the mat. The right hand will open and lift for a twist. So here we're working on stacking all the joints of the arm. The right wrist, elbow, shoulder, above the left, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And as you're stacking the joints of the arms, you're breathing and you're opening up through the collarbone. The heart space is up towards the ceiling. And you can choose to keep this hand lifted, or you can bring the right hand to your lower back and sort of roll that right shoulder down and back away from your ear. Good, one more breath here. Good. From here, you can inhale the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, frame that right foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. We'll step the right foot back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, vinyasa, your way. Lowering down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, look between the hands. Step the left foot forward. And you can use your hand to bring the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toe. Inhale, the heart comes to the chest. Draw the hips forward, sending that ahimsa energy to yourself. And as you exhale, running lunge, shifting the hips back, straightening the left leg, bowing forward, honoring the way that you receive this ahimsa from yourself. Then the hands come to frame the left foot, bend into the left knee, root down with the right hand. Inhale the left open for that twist. So again, working on stacking the shoulders, rolling this left shoulder open and away from your ear. Options to keep the hand lifted or to start to bring the hand to the lower back in order to encourage more that opening through the shoulder, through the heart space. One more breath. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. Exhale, both hands frame the front foot, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. And your choice, vinyasa, or just come right to downward facing dog. If you vinyasa, exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog, where we will all meet. From downward facing dog, inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring this right leg forward, pigeon pose. The right knee comes towards the right wrist, right ankle comes towards the left wrist. Then you walk that back leg out. So keep flexing through the right foot. And eventually the shin, eventually meaning in this lifetime or the next, the shin will become more parallel to the front of the mat. But it's okay if you want to bring the heel nice and close in, that might feel better. So depending on how your knee feels, adjust where your right heel is. Keep this back leg nice and long. Hands come by the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, folding over the right leg, sleeping pigeon. So relaxing your head somewhere. So you can relax the head on stacked fists or a block if you have a block. You can relax your head on your hands or maybe on the mat directly. If this does not feel okay, in your knee, or for whatever reason. You can also find pigeon on your back, which I will show you. Everyone who's in regular pigeon, take a few breaths. So if you're on your back, starting off by crossing the right ankle over the left knee, maybe you stay here or press this right knee away from you. Flexing through both feet, you can intensify this posture by bringing the left knee closer to your chest and then reaching between the legs for the back of the left leg. So maybe this is where you stay. You can use your elbow to press that right knee forward. So 2 more breaths wherever you are. Good, 1 more breath. Starting to come up onto the palms. Tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee. We'll find 3-legged dog with the right leg up to the ceiling. From here, whatever movements feel good to release the hip, you explore them. Maybe big circles again, maybe extending the leg straight again, or maybe in down dog it feels good to just walk it out. It's your choice if you'd like to take a vinyasa between sides. If you vinyasa, you'll inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll all meet in down dog. On the inhale, the left leg comes to the sky, 3-legged dog. And exhale, bring that left foot forward for pigeon pose. So again, keep nice and strong, flexing the left foot. And bring the ankle as close as you need to. Just try not to completely sit over onto the left side. You want to keep both hips facing towards the front of the mat. Hands come by the hips. As you inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart. And exhale, folding forward for sleeping pigeon over the left leg. Stacking the fists, resting your head there. Maybe your head relaxes on the hands. Or maybe your head is all the way down onto the mat. So, and taking your pigeon laying down, if you did so on the first side, the left leg crosses over the right knee, flexing through both feet. And you can either stay there or start to bring that right knee closer to your chest, reaching between the legs to find that full pigeon. So pigeon pose and other deep hip openers are usually when we can start to notice what our thoughts are saying, what's our internal dialogue. And in this ahimsa class, see if you can focus on really cheering yourself on. So acknowledging if this posture is difficult for you, that's okay. Acknowledging if this posture feels awesome, that's also okay. 2 more breaths. And starting to make your way up onto the palms, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee. We'll release this pigeon the same as the first side, so find that 3-legged dog, whatever movements feel good. So again, you can stack the hips, make big circles, or just bending the knee, finding down dog eventually. So at this point, we'll move through the last vinyasa of the class, or you can take a few breaths in down dog. If you're vinyasa-ing, inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, sliding through that back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, we'll inhale forward to plank and exhale as slow as we can, keeping the elbows in close to the body, lowering all the way down onto the floor. Good. So if you're pregnant, you'll be doing this on your back instead, or back bends. You can be doing bridge. Or if there's any other reason that you can't be on your stomach, You can do bridge instead. So for everybody else, laying on your stomach, you can reach your hands back behind you, palms face up, and just relaxing onto the right side of the face. We're going to be going through 3 rounds of locust pose, and we're going to be a little bit different each round. So letting the feet press into the floor, bring the legs in close together. If your big toes can touch, that's the energy we're going for. If they can't touch, just squeezing the legs together. So this first round, we're just going to be lifting the upper body off of the mat. So start by bringing your forehead onto the floor. You'll inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, start to lift the head, lift the neck, lift the shoulders, lift the arms, reach the fingers back towards the feet. Imagine the shoulder blades touching each other in the back and then drawing down your ribs towards your hips, pressing into your feet. 2 more breaths. Every inhale, lifting. Keep the gaze neutral, no strain in the neck. Exhale, really pressing into the hips and into the feet. 1 more. Good, last inhale. And exhale, slowly start to lower. This time, let the left side of your face rest on the mat. Good. And if you want to sort of shake your hips side to side, between sides, you can do so. Okay, so this time, flip so that your palms are face down. We're going to be lifting just the feet, or just the legs off of the mat, just the lower body. So again, keeping those legs nice and close together. If the big toes can touch, that's what we're looking for. If not, squeezing the legs close as you can. Bring the forehead to the mat. To prepare, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, lifting the feet, lifting the ankles, the shins, the knees, the legs, press into the palms. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. And you can have your forehead on the mat or your chin, depending on what's comfortable. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lifting the feet. Exhale, pressing through the palms. Last breath. Good. 1 more inhale, lift a little bit higher. And exhale, lowering all the way down. Good. Switching the sides of the face. So this is the last round. We're going to be lifting everything up off the floor. So if you'd like to clasp the hands behind your back, if it's comfortable for you, you can do that with the knuckles drawing back towards your feet. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders, the arms are just reaching back like we did the first time. So if you want to clasp your hands, you can prepare that now. Legs nice and close together. Forehead is on the mat to prepare. Deep breath in. And exhale, everything lifts. So pressing, lifting the legs, the shins, the knees, the thighs, the head, the shoulders. Pressing the knuckles back by your heels. Every inhale, lifting. Every exhale, pressing into the hips. Good, 2 more. 1 more, really strengthening that back body. Last inhale. And exhale, totally relax everything down. From here, bend the knees, just windshield wiper the legs side to side, releasing any tension in the body. And then starting to turn over onto your back. Laying on your back, you'll bring your knees into your chest and just make circles. And then make circles the other way, giving yourself a nice massage. And then find stillness, let the arms open to a T at your sides, the legs drop over to the left, and you gaze towards the right. So a nice gentle twist. No effort to sustain this pose. So you don't need to keep the knees really hugged in. Just letting your body relax. And then we'll switch sides. So the legs come in towards center. Deep breath in. And exhale, the legs drop over to the right. Gaze towards the left, relax the body. Good, just one more breath. As you inhale, start to come back to center and just lift the feet up into the air. Soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. You can use your hands to support the backs of the legs if that feels good, but otherwise, just letting the blood flow kind of reverse. This posture is really good for headaches. It's also really good for insomnia, so if you're up in the middle of the night at some point, try laying down like this for a few minutes. Really helps the body to relax. And then you can stay here for a few more breaths, but we're going to start to make our way into Shavasana. So letting yourself take up as much space as feels good. If you want a pillow or a blanket or something, you can, of course, grab them. Starting to find your Shavasana position. The legs nice and wide, toes pointed out. The palms can be even wider than your mat. Really take up this space. Relaxing all the muscles of the face, the space between the eyebrows and the eyelids. Relaxing the nostrils and the lips, unclenching the teeth. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sigh out the mouth, let everything go. Every last bit of tension. Letting yourself completely relax. Give yourself permission to stay here for just 2 minutes. I'll bring you back then. Enjoy your rest. Keeping the eyes closed, just letting the breath deepen. Bringing more and more air deeper and deeper into the body. Acknowledge that you showed up. Acknowledge that you've done the work, generating ahimsa for yourself and for the world. And start to seal in whatever you need to take from this practice. Then you can wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Roll out the wrists and the ankles. Just let those smaller movements grow into the bigger movements. Maybe eventually you find a nice big full body stretch. And then you start to draw your knees in towards your chest and roll over onto the right side, finding Garbhasana, fetal pose. Taking a few more breaths here to return to the intention or dedication. To appreciate your body always taking care of you. And taking the time to listen and let your body thank you. Slowly and gently with the eyes closed, make your way back up to sit. When you get here, hands can come to heart center or just rest lightly on the knees. I'd like to thank you all so much for sharing your amazing practice with me. It's been such an honor guiding you. I hope that you can bring some ahimsa to yourself and to the world, ultimately making the world a better place through your thoughts and actions. Have a wonderful weekend, knowing that you are as much a part of the universe as the trees and the stars, and though there's no way we can know for sure, there's also no doubt that the universe is unfolding exactly the way that it should. Namaste.
Thank you.